Hello. There we go. We're on, we're working. I've just closed everything. Fuck. Okay, I think I got it. Welcome everybody to the brand new F2 series at JKeSport. We are round 1 today at Bahrain. Everybody is set to fixed default setups. Should be a good race. We are just waiting for it to start. We have 3 more minutes to go, round thereabouts. Any drinks or toilet trips needed, I would go now. Because in the words of Aerosmith, you don't want to miss a thing. Just get everyone muted there just in case. I can hear a little bit over the top. We have 2 minutes left. Just waiting for everybody to join, pick their cars. We did have a pre-season race last week at Australia, which was quite excitable. Welcome Keza, with Knox taking the pole in the qualifying and also winning the feature race by only 1/10 of a second. Some close stuff there. Knox is our tier 2 racer. The winner of the sprint was Sam Barrett, who is our tier 1 champion. The winner overall, with both races being done, was Sam, finishing 3rd and 1st. So it'll be good to see with a full grid today, or close enough to a full grid, if not full grid, what people can do. Let's go, boys, let's go. We are probably 1 minute left, 1 minute. Toilet trips or drinks, go and get them, be quick. We have 1 minute to go. We have a few new drivers today as well, with the likes of Impossible Bacon and Ray E46, both in the Charouz racing system. That is a full-time seat for those boys. Keza, welcome back, fella. He did leave about a month or so ago. Sorted himself out, smartened himself up. He's come back, he's racing. Welcome back. There's Knox, last week's feature race winner. Stoke Bloke is new to the group, racing in the Trident today as a reserve. So is Ag Scatty, also in the Trident. And Rusty Oil Can, I forgot all about him. There we go, racing in the Univirtuosi Racing today. His teammate couldn't make it, but there we are, counting down from 15 now. I'll do it in my head. I know you all know how to count. Maybe not Keza. As you can see on the loading screen, we are on a one-shot qualifying. That does make it difficult to see everybody's times all at once, but it will show us some sort of leaderboard as we go around. The corners are on strict, so anybody overcutting the corner will be disqualified and will start at the back. If you don't know, F2 does have 2 races per session, a feature and a sprint. For the sprint session, the front 8 of the feature race will be rotated, So if you finish first in the feature race, you will start in 8th place in the sprint, 2nd to 7th, and so on and so forth. Just waiting for everybody to load in. Let's get this show on the road, or track. There we go. And there we are. They are crossed the line for the start of the qualifying here in the F2. We have Rusty Oilcan out in the front at the minute. George or Jim. I don't know who's racing today. Oh, we got Rusty got off. Rusty's off in qualifying. So he will start at the back there. Spaceman, fellow commentator for T1. Spaceman out front. George or Jim's battling him. Like I say, we can't see everybody all at once, but it's good to see people moving up and down so quick. It must be so tight, that field. So tight. T-Bird's ahead, Keza in second, Rain third. Currently, we're coming up to the tough left-hander of turn number 10. We'll keep on with the pink car of George or Jim. There's no point changing. I'll be changing every half a second. Not much changes going around that corner. T-Bird does stay first. PS5 through the 1080p stream. Does it look better? I've never even noticed. George or Jim is making some headway there. Oh, he's gone from 5th to 16th over one corner. Keza ahead at the minute. Coming down into the final turn. For crossing the line, and we have... Who forgot? Who forgot? Oh, have I missed it? No. This is the final straight. I do apologise. We've got Keza out in first at the minute. There we go. Keza's in first at a 140.5. T-Bird only 2/10 behind with a 140.7. Grumpy Old Catman will finish third in qualifying. Just a little bit behind. Welcome back, Keza. Pole position. 1 point before we've even started a race. There we go. Safkov in fourth with a 141.8. Impossible Bacon, Stoke Bloke, The Best Pons, Monkey Mafia, Ray and Caddis Knox rounds out your top 10. Get It to Win It, Spaceman, Kaz, Ziggs, George or Jim, Rusty Oil Can, Agsgatti and Sam Barrett not setting times, then bottom 4. Obviously we saw Rusty Oil Can did go off. George or Jim, Agsgatti and Sam Barrett must have cut a corner. Pretty sure we're giving the guys 2 minutes now in between qualifying and feature race, but I'm not 100%. Lovely sunny day here in Bahrain. No rain. No rain in Bahrain. That's what we like to see. Obviously, with it being F2 and not F1, they do race it during the day, not at night time. Bahrain is known for its nighttime racing, same as Singapore. So the first one should be Spaceman to press X after a certain amount of time. Anybody else presses X before Spaceman, I think that is a penalty. That's the case for the F1 series. There is no formation lap in our F2 series either. As I said earlier, we are on fixed setups, so that means no changes. The only thing you can change, I think, is the brake bias. So everybody's racing equal, which is what we like to see, because then everybody of different standards, abilities and everything could be fighting at the front. Usually the people that are at the front could be at the back. Oh, Mafia did press first, but in the Discord, Spaceman did say go, so that shouldn't be, that won't be a penalty for him. So we are on 50% length in terms of races. That is for the feature and the sprint. We do have a change in the points table as well. I'm not going to read all them out because I'd have to read all 20 positions. Here we go. 3, 4, 5 lights. And we're off. There, Keza gets away quite well. I need to grab my pad so that I can change cameras. There we go. Doesn't seem to be any damage off the line, which is good to see. We do have T-Bird challenging. Keza stays in front of him into turn 1. Rusty Oil can taking it easy at the back. There's no time in pressuring anything. Seems awfully clean at the minute. That's what we like to see. Oh, and T-Bird goes for a little wobble out of turn 4. Drops only the one place though. So Grumpy Catman does come up into second. So we need to make a rule that Keza can only drive in third gear. Already 1.5 ahead of Grumpy Old Catman in second place. Everybody's still quite close. T-Bird looks like he's coming up into turn 10 to overtake. We have had a car go wide. Where are we? There we go. Sam Barrett as well. Turn 10 is a bit of a nightmare. It's a very hard left and it's downhill. Clean into turn 11 for everybody. Turn 12 can be a nightmare as well because of the curb. You catch the curb, it flips your car. Stay on track. Stay away from that right hand curb. Around this side here. There we go. Let's get some track map on. There we go. Full track and then I can see. Let's get a bit of detail. There we go. So it's been a good start for George or Jim and Sam Barrett making up 6 places. Top 3 are back where they started. 1, 2 and 3. Keza, T-Bird, Grumpy Catman. Keza with the fastest lap, but it is lap 1. Now people do have to make a change. A pit stop even in the feature race, but is only optional in the sprint race. Let's have a look at the fastest lap there. So he's almost 2 seconds quicker already, Keza. We do have a yellow flag. What was the yellow flag for? Have we got Ag gone off? Ag Scatty must have gone off. Gone for a little wobble. Let's get back to who was the closest on track there. Impossible Bacon behind his teammate Ray. Is he going to go for it? Into turn 10. He does not. He does stay behind. Keeps it clean. George or Jim close behind. George or Jim does take Impossible Bacon coming round turn 12. See where everyone's tyres on. So we've got Guinnett, Sam Barrett, Monkey Mafia and Kaz all starting on the hard and everybody else on the mediums. I'm guessing pretty much everybody will go on to the super softs when it is time to pit. Safkov getting close to the ponds there. Coming up to turn 1. Ponds look like he cut that corner there, and that should be a warning. He's keeping it clean. Keza now 2.6, 2.7-ish. Away from T-Bird. T-Bird has a bit of a wobble out there again. The Catman looks on the outside, then looks on the inside. Just can't push it through, just stay close. We've got Ziggs in already on the pit. Now I think you have to pit after lap 3. This is the very start of lap 3. I don't know if it'll count. Unless that was the yellow flag before and he's picked up damage. I'm not sure. Kaz with the first penalty of the evening. 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, and Spaceman takes advantage and does get past him. Close battle there. Kaz still within only a couple of tenths, with Stoke Bloke just a couple of tenths behind him. Oh! Kaz goes off. Retires from the session. He needs to stay in session. He could still pull it back in the sprint. Not sure what happened there. It didn't look like there was any touching, but it did look like Spaceman ran him wide a little bit. Kaz had to dodge. We'll look back on that. Impossible Bacon going for the overtake as well on Guinnett. Manage it. Can he keep it? Can he keep it? Into turn 1. Ooh. Side by side, turn 1. Best ponds for the 3-second there. Guinnett does pull it back into turn 2, round to turn 3. And Bacon's ahead again. Into the DRS zone. Still side by side. Still side by side. Who's going to pull this one off? T-Bird with a 3-sec as well. We do have Guinnett just breaking that little bit later. Puts his nose there. Keeps it clean though. Still only a tenth between them. Looks like Guinnett's going to stick with it for now. We've got George or Jim overtaking Ray. Is Ray going to take him back on this corner? Is he going to keep it steady, watch it go round? We've got Safkov closing in on the best ponds now. Seems to be a big chunk of time being taken out of there. There's a little train going on, a couple of cars going wide behind as well. Coming down to the home straight. Ray does get George or Jim. George or Jim does jump in the pits though. So he takes that. Safkov did take ponds. I missed that. He did have the DRS. A little bit of a nudge there coming into turn 1, back into turn 2 from the ponds. Safkov seems to have made it stick so far. Guinnett and Bacon are back on it. Side by side. Bacon tucks in behind him. Pons is close to Safkov again, only 2 tenths between. It's going to be a late breaker, throw his nose in. As long as he doesn't break it. Ooh, a little bit of a nudge to Ray behind him. Needs to be aware of his surroundings. 3 tenths between Guinnett and Bacon. Bacon's not letting Guinnett win it. He's keeping on him, keeping on his track. Spaceman overtakes Rusty. Is that Rusty gone off? Rusty's gone for a little wander. There's a couple of big gaps, couple of close ones. 13 seconds between 12th and 13th, 10 seconds between 15th and 16th, 5 seconds between 3rd and 4th. A lot of cars within, only a couple of tenths as well. It's a little train of 4th down. just trading places. We've got Keza and T-Bird in the pits. So Catman's going to stay out for another one. We've got the Ponds in the pits as well. So Grumpy's got a nice little lead over Safkov in second there, just under 6 seconds. If he can keep that up, keep that pace up, might be able to do a undercut, overcut, whichever one is relevant, going in second. We're going to see Ray have a go. Spaceman in the pits by the looks of it as well, yeah. Oh, Rusty with a 5 second for speeding in the pit lane as well. It's not going good for Rusty tonight. And that's him giving up by the looks of it. He knows it's not going well. Like I say, stay in session. You can pull it back in the sprint. Oh, he's left the session. That's his night over. I'm going to stay on with Ray for a little bit. Seems to be the closest battle here, Ray and Bacon. Oh, that's Safkov in the pits. Ray takes advantage. Grumpy old Catman stays out. Safkov does get a 5 second penalty when he goes into the pits as well. That's unfortunate. That could be race changing. Grumpy Catman still making that time up now, 7 seconds above, ahead of second place Ray. So the medium runners have gone on to the hards. They'll take them to the end for 10 laps. Max Scatty in the pits now as well, so that's ninth place down of all pit. Sam Barrett currently plus 14 places, but he hasn't pit just yet. I forgot, Knox is probably the closest to the car ahead at the minute. Closest battle, Knox and Ginnett, 6/10. What am I looking for here? Stay on that. Yeah, we'll stay on that. Ziggs is retired from the session. Is that an accident? Or is he just... It looks like he's crashed into the pit wall. Grumpy over 9 seconds and flying, absolutely flying. Keep a small eye on T-Bird and Keza with them only being a second apart, but this is the closest at the minute with Knox and Ginnett. Only 6/10 between them. It's been a good start to the season so far. Race 1, good few battles. That's Ray taking the plunge into the pits, getting his tyres changed. Catman does stay out again. Probably going to take him as far as he can. Sam Barrett does take Impossible Bacon going into turn 1. Knox just lingering behind in here at the minute. Knox will cave first and go into the pits first unless anything happens. I think we've just got people in the pits being overtaken. Such a slow pit stop compared to the F1. Bacon picks up his first penalty over 3 seconds. Let's get back to that. Bacon 4/10. Look at the penalties there. Best Pons on the most at the minute with 8 seconds. Safkov 5 seconds. We wrote trading places there. Safkov and Ray side by side through 4-5. Safkov does manage to just stay ahead coming into 6. 7, 8, 8. There we got this little 9 and then the sharp 10. There's DRS there. Let's see if Ray can take Safkov with the DRS. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to. He does go onto the inside for that corner. Safkov does manage to stay ahead though. It's good racing by these guys. Good racing. Spaceman with the penalty. That's rare. 3 seconds. Multiple warnings. Grumpy Catman's gone into the pits now. So he's the last of the medium runners alongside Bacon. Knox, sorry. And Bacon, yeah, sorry. To go on to the hards. We've still got the hard runners to jump in. Keza does get ahead of Grumpy Catman, so that's technically Keza is in first place again. T-Bird second, Grumpy Catman third. We've got Baker and Knox still in the pits, so we've got people trading places there. Let's have a look. Sam Barrett. It's not pit yet though. He does have to pit. He did start on hard tyres though, so maybe he's going to take him as long as he can going super soft. He does go for a little wobble. Is that going to begin it? Nobody's gone for the softs yet, Scav? No. I'm guessing the hard tyre runners will go for the softs, but all the medium runners so far have gone onto the hards. So it's only the front three now waiting to pit. Guinnett picks up a penalty there as well. First 3 second penalty for him. What happened to Keza? Seems to have dropped a couple of places. Must have gone for a little diversion. That means T-Bird is the leading car, technically, so far. I don't know what I want now. We'll keep it on the tyres. Keep it on the tyres. Let's go to Ray and Safkov. Field seems to be splitting up a little bit now. Cadiz probably the closest at 6/10 behind Pons. 11th and 12th. Penalty for Agscati at the back as well. Default setups aren't as easy as when you've got your own. Coming up to the DRS zone. Cadiz only 4/10 behind the Pons. Is he going to be able to take him? He's not. Does stay behind him. Stays that 4/10 as well. Didn't change. Spaceman with a second 3 second penalty. Knox and Pons still the closest cars on the track. Knox with a slight tyre advantage with three lap less old tyres. That's it. Sam Barrett's bit the bullet. Let's see what he goes on. Is he going to be the first one to dive on the softs? There's only 5 or 6 laps left. Monkey Mafia's come in as well. He's going to go on the mediums. Let's see what Monkey's going on. Come on, Monkey. Soften it up. Looks like he's got for the mediums as well. So nobody at the minute has gone for the soft tyres. That seemed quick. That was a good one there. That was a good pit stop there by Monkey's garage. Giving it 18 seconds. I don't think it's going to be enough, but it's not going to be far off. He should still be top 5, maybe even top 4. if it went in now. I know it's a little slower in F2. Pond's closest to George or Jim? I think so, yeah. I think Sam and Monkey could have as well. Stoke bloke with his is that his first penalty of the evening? It is. So it's not been a penalty-free first race for Stoke bloke. Let's have a look. Let's go with our race leader. He has pulled into the pits. Let's see. Come on, Guinnett. On the soft ones. He's not. He's going on to the mediums as well. That's it. That's everybody. Everybody has stopped now. There we go. So no soft tyres for this race. T-Bird with the quickest lap of the race there with a 142.8. He has got that 3-second penalty, so he's going to want to pull away from Grumpy. George or Jim there taking the fastest lap just away, 142.6. He's getting a couple of close cars there as well. Guinnett, Impossible Bacon, George or Jim. Oh, just about 3 wide into turn 1. Oh, corner cut there as well. Oh, bit of a swerve. It's getting dangerous. Dangerous. Come on, Bacon. Don't push too hard. You'll ruin yourself and other people's races. And stay with this little train. Oh, George or Jim's getting very close to the exhaust of Bacon there. Let's see if we get any little dives coming into the tight left-hander of turn 10. Guinnett looked like he cut that corner there. No position changes just yet. George or Jim is close. Just edge ahead. Is he going to be able to hold it down? Into 11 and 12. Spaceman with another 3-second penalty. That's 9 seconds now for our Tier 1 commentator. Bacon and Guinnett trading places, side by side. George or Jim has managed to just keep himself ahead. You never know with the new boys how they're going to react. In fact, with it being F2 and default setups, you never know how people are going to be driving, underestimating the setups, overestimating the setups. Ray does get past Sam Barrett. Sam Barrett's not been overtaken very often in the previous seasons, but this is F2. Still a very, very close train here. I'm going to stay with these. Bacon does get past George or Jim. He has got that 8-second penalty though. Pond's there with a penalty as well. It's a nice side-by-side battle there between the two racers. George or Jim, pretty new as well. I think he's only done 1 race in our F1 series. That was the back end of last season. T-Bird being 3.6 ahead of Grumpy Catman will keep his first place position if it stays as is. Safkov will drop 2 spaces, 2 places even, with his 5-second penalty. Would have been a 3rd, but Guinnett does have a 3-second as well. Bacon 3/10, keeping on the back of George or Jim. Trying to use that streamline. Coming down the long straight before the final corner. Keza with the fastest lap, 142.5. Sam Barrett with the fastest lap, 142.2. Guinnett with the fastest lap, 141.6. That's a hell of a lap. On the medium tyres there as well. Best Pond's now on 11 seconds of penalties. George or Jim just needs to stay penalty free. and damage free. Bacon is right up his rear again. Side by side into turn 4 again. Bacon does get ahead. Doesn't seem to be able to pull away though. That's what he needs to do. If he's going to get ahead, he needs to be pulling away. He's got 8 seconds worth of penalties. George or Jim has none. Nice clean driving there by George or Jim. Let's jump on Sammy B. Battling here with Safkov. Ooh, takes it wide. Turn 13. In it. Within a 10th side by side pretty much with Ray. Can get it just edge ahead. Clean race in there, kept some distance, and he's kept it. There's Guinnett. Guinnett is in it to win it. Ray's trying to come back, but I don't think he's got it just. Only a 10th between the 3 cars again. Bacon, Jim and Pons all battling. We've spent a good 3 or 4 laps now between those 3. Have we lost Knox? Oh, there he is. That's a strange camera, wasn't it? So we've got 2 pairs side by side. As long as they keep it clean, that's all you want. The front runner of these 4 just can't seem to pull ahead, with the other 3 having the DRS every time in them zones. Just can't seem to pull ahead. We've got Pons and Knox side by side. Pons does take the position, manages to keep it. I expect Knox will take that back in the next DRS zone though. Keza now 5/10 behind Catman. He's vying that first place position. He did get pole. He was out ahead. He wants his return race to be a good one. 10th there with Knox and Pons still side by side. Knox just blaking that a little bit later. Guinnett beating it again. We've had Ray disqualified. That can't be right. Didn't use the right tyre compounds. He made a stop. I want to check the director on that, make sure that's right. Ray. Yeah, Ray started on the mediums and went to the hards. Okay. Gives us something to talk about in this first race of the season though. Stick around, Ray. You'll be back in the sprint. I'm not sure what happened there. It is unfair, pal, yeah. We will have a talk about it with the stewards and whatnot. It seems to be a glitch with the game, unfortunately. Rather than anything else, I've got it on the race director on the stream as well. What lap did you stop, Ray? Do we know? Let's have a look. We are coming round to the final. This is the final lap of the race. If it was before lap 3, Ray, that's why. Down the final straight, we do have T-Bird taking the win. Does have so Grumpy Catman will take that position back. Pretty sure. There we go. So we've got Grumpy as the winner. Keza dropped down to 3rd from pole position. Sam Barrett shoots right up to 4th place from dead last. Guinnett to win it in 5th. Safkov in 6th. George Orgy in 7th. Bacon in 8th. Cavis Knox in 9th. Pons finishing the top 10. Monkey Mafia now coming around just to finish off. There he is, 11th place there for Monkey. Have a banana, pal. Stoke Bloke in 12th. Spaceman 13th. When he comes round. Agscatty will be 14th. While that's going on, I will check pit stops. Ray, there, lap 8. Okay. Sam Barrett being the driver of the day as he took the most places coming from dead last to finish in the top 10. I'm not sure we had a VSC. I think we had a sectional yellow flag. I don't think we had a VSC. Race director there. So incidents. Kaz went off terminal damage lap 3. Let's have a look lap 8. Anything happened there lap 8? No. We've not had a VSC there. We've had a driver pit in lap 8 from mediums to hards and it's disqualified the driver, so it's something we'll look at behind the scenes. It will not go unnoticed. But that is the end to the first feature race of the season. Grumpy Catman taking first place. That means he will start in 8th place for the sprint race. And Impossible Bacon in 8th place will start on pole for the sprint race. I think I said that right. I confused myself then. So we should be straight into the sprint race once everybody loads up. Not sure really there's any changes to make other than tyres. Now you don't have to make a pit stop in the sprint. So choose the right tyre that will take you to the end. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And away we go for the sprint race. Let's get the information back up there. Looks pretty clean getaway. Spread wise. George or Jim does take Bacon on the home straight coming into turn 1. Is Bacon going to take it back? Side by side into 2 and 3. Bacon just edges ahead, yeah, does take his position back. Let's go to tyres. Everybody started on the hard tyres, 12 laps, 0 stops. Unless you get front wing damage. And then you're jumping in onto the super softs for sure. Clean so far, that's what we like to see. Let's have a look at position changes. There we go. Stoke Bloke does take Grumpy Catman. They are side by side coming into turn 10. Stoke Bloke does keep it. Knox is there as well. Ray is there as well. Ray made the biggest start so far with 6 places being made up from the back of the grid to 12th. There we go. See how Kaz is. Kaz does take zigs. I was just on my way to him. So 1:46 to beat for lap time. That is from a standing still start. Let's see, where are we looking? Spaceman and Knox on Ray. Come on, show me. Well, that's a useless camera, isn't it? Come on. There we go. Grumpy Catman is up next for Knox. Spaceman in the dams. Oh, we had a little touch there between Knox and Ray. Spaceman takes advantage of that by the looks of it. Ray does take it back and Spaceman's gone for a spin. Such a shame there, he was doing so well. Bacon seems to be pulling away just a little bit, 1.3 ahead now. Jim, Safkov, very, very close. I don't know if it's George or Jim today, but whoever's driving today has got the skills. Close between Keza and Pons as well. We've got a couple of close battles. Start the sprint race. Monkey Mafia there. Only 2 tenths behind Knox. Now, did our Spaceman get damage? We'll follow him round, see if he has to pop in the pits. Can't see the front of the car. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like there was any damage. 1:43.7 fastest lap so far. Give it a couple of laps for them hard tyres to wear in. It's unfortunate for our Spaceman. He does look like he's staying out. Yeah, didn't look like he had damage, but just wanted to make sure he is staying out for that. I need a helicopter shot. That's what I want. It's a great shot, that. Keza and Sam Barrett now. Stick on with Keza and see if he can take it. Keza does get a purple sector 2, and that is a yellow flag. That is an orange car. That is Grumpy Catman. He's gone for a dance on the sand. Looks like he's damaged his wing as well. If it's too damaged, he will have to pit. If he does have to pit and nobody else does, that's a big loss. Pond's taking T-Bird. Agscati with the first penalty of the sprint race as well. 3 seconds, corner cutting. Little train going on here. Half a second, 2 tenths, 2 tenths. See this little battle here, see if anybody can take it. Who's got the cojones to throw it in there? Cleanly, of course. Couple of new fastest laps coming up there. Keza so far with 1:42.8. We saw he had a purple sector too. Didn't know if the yellow flag was going to slow him down enough. Pulled it out of the bag. Get it with a 3 second now. Might be pushing a little bit hard. Yeah, we've got Grumpy in the pits there. So unfortunate. But it's a hard track to drive on if you damage. Onto the mediums. Changing the wing. It's a long pit stop as well with damage for F2. Because they do it one by one. They do the wing, and then they do the fronts, and then they do... Oh, the tyres are already done. Still a long pit stop. Bacon's lost a little bit of time to Safkov behind him. He was over a second, and now he's within half a second. T-Bird looks close on Keza. What have we got there? Looks like Sam Barrett's going in for a look as well. We've got Spaceman 4/10 behind Agscati now. If he can make up a couple of places, it'll be a very good fight back. Safkov the quickest so far, 1:42.7. Closest on track is still Keza and the Ponds. Side by side now going into turn 1. Ooh, and Keza goes for a bit of Tokyo drift on there. T-Bird and Sam Barrow take advantage of that as well. It's unfortunate for Keza, who's raced very well on his first race back. T-Bird overtakes Sam. They are side by side still. Keza's still within sniffing of it. Looks like Kaz lost a few places there, spinning out of turn 2. Be careful there, switching sides over braking point. T-Bird just keeping it ahead of Keza. Keza looks like he's found his Irish roots. His flag on the loading screen is Irish. He's changed his helmet to Irish. Something's gone on with Bacon as well, losing 2 positions now. Safkov leading the race now. He is currently holding the fastest lap. It would be an extra point for Safkov if he did manage to win this race and hold the fastest lap for the race. Sam Barrett and the Ponds trading places there. We've got Keza only 2/10 behind T-Bird now. Have we got George or Jim? Oh, it looks like Agscati again has gone for a little wander. Oh, was that a reset to track? Well done for Catman staying in the race there. He's 42 seconds behind, but he's not giving up. He's had a fastest sector too. Is he going for fastest lap? Keza and T-Bird must be side by side there, just back and forth, back and forth. Into the sharp left-hander of turn 10. Oh, and T-Bird sends it wide just a little bit. Keza does take him on that inside, he does take advantage. There we are for Grumpy there, 1:42.1. Looking at T-Bird to come back for Arquez. Anybody who's watched Bo Selector knows exactly who Arquez is. Alright, Arquez. Oh, close at the front, George or Jim. Not quite side by side, but he is just putting his nose in. He is just ahead going into turn 1. He does manage to keep it through turn 1. Keep it clean through 2 and 3. Scatty with a penalty there, multiple warnings. Knox has taken Mafia. Monkey. He's going to come back at him. Ooh. Close but clean by the two tier 2 racers. Bacon's got ahead of Safkov now. Ginnett's got ahead of Safkov now. What's going on with Safkov? Grumpy Catman with another fastest lap. He's going for that fastest lap. He's going for that point. Bacon's looking to take his first place position back from George or Jim if he can make up that little bit of time. I need the standings to just update because they're not quite that close. Looking close between Space and Ziggs. We've got a long straight here and then the DRS zone down the home straight. We're going to see if we can see if Spaceman's going to be able to take him here. Just a little bit of time coming around that corner. It's going to get the DRS. Knox with the penalty there as well. I'll jump up to Bacon and Keza in a second. No worries. There we go. 3/10 there between Bacon and Ginnett. Safkov only half a second behind. Sam Barrett only 3/10 behind as well. Nice little train, and then 6th through 8th. Close. I've only got one camera, guys. Don't make it all happen. Oh, and that's Keza. Keza's gone for a spin. That's damage as well. Is that damage as well? Has he managed to save it? Oof. Has he saved that? Looks like he's saved it. Wow. Wow. Some good control. Looks like he's saved his wing. Spaceman is closing up on Ziggs again. Keep an eye on that near the back. 2/10, 3/10, 4/10. We've got 4/10 here between Bacon and Ginnett. Less than a second between each car. 3rd to 4th, 4th to 5th, 5th to 6th as well. Monkey's only 2/10 there. Oh. See, did he? Let's see if he did damage. No. So he's just going for a tyre change there. Probably going for the fastest lap. Trying to get that just that little bit of extra point. We'll go on board with Sam Barrett now. See if we can get an image of all this little trainage. Best ponds just about a 10th. Ooh, yeah, a little bit of a cut there, we saw that. A little bit of a touch as well. Does manage to get past Savkov. Baker looks like he's closing in on Ginnett for that 2nd spot. George or Jim is just pulling away in that 1st place. He's got the clean air ahead of him. Almost 4 seconds now. 2/10 there between 2nd and 3rd. Sam Barrett just as close behind them. George Jim with the fastest lap of the race, 141.8. We've got a little 3-car battle here coming into turn 1 on lap 10. Side by side from Bacon and Ginnett. Ginnett does manage to keep his position by the end of it. Sam Barrett gets a 3-second penalty there, trying to push. Some of these cameras are awful, aren't they, on the broadcast? Oh, Sam Barrett looked like he was sideways then. We do have a car gone off. That is Safkov. He managed to pull it back. He didn't look like he's spun at all, just gone for a bit of a wobble. He's second to 4th place. Super close. Spaceman only a few tenths now. Again, still behind Ziggs. Just can't seem to push ahead. Ginnett defending well, but he is dropping back from George Jim. 4.3 now. Oh, and that's Bacon gone for a little wobble. Sam Barrett does touch him behind. He's managed to keep it going though. He looked like he was just losing his back end. Sam Barrett might have just saved him there with the little touch. Does mean Best Pons has caught up a little bit. He's gone on board with space. He is catching Ziggs side by side into 11 and 12. Looks like he took that just a little bit wide maybe. 13, staying close behind. Probably going to hope for a bit of a pull down this straight, get the DRS and take him on the next one if he can take that final corner nicely. Needs a good exit. Takes it a little wide. There's his DRS. It's like Ziggs is just managing to just stay at the same pace as him even though Spaceman has the DRS. Car's catching up behind now for this little battle. Don't want to miss too much. That looks like Sam Barrett's gone for a wobble. He has, he's gone for a full spin. He's fighting for that 3rd place. He's now down to 9th place. That is unfortunate. Pons now on the back of Bacon. That little spin from Sam has given Ginnett a little bit of time made up on Bacon behind him. 1.5. Pons keeping it close into the DRS. He's got to take him here down the home straight. He's going for it. Into turn 1. He does manage to get it done before turn 1. Tucks back in. And that's a nice move there by Pons using the DRS. I think it does mean that Bacon now has the DRS coming up from 3 to 4. We're going to see a little bit of switcheroo. We're not. Pons does manage to keep it. And Pons has caught up to Ginnett now. Ginnett must have had a small wobble. He's lost a lot of time. This is the final lap of the race. We will go on with your race leader. Just to see him cross that line. I don't want to miss too much with the Pons and Ginnett though. And Bacon behind him. Keeping it close. It could be won using the DRS on the final straight. Going to be whoever gets the best exit out of there gets the usage of the DRS from there. That was a good exit by Bacon compared to the Pons coming out of there. We will go on with George or Jim coming over the line. Here he is. Congratulations, George or Jim. You are the winner of the sprint race here in Bahrain at round 1. Guinnett having his own little celebrations, coming second. But drops to third on penalties. Bacon does take that second place. Pons in fourth. We've got Ray in fifth. Stoke Bloke sixth. That's a good start for the two new boys here. In the fifth and sixth. T-Bird in seventh. Safkov in eighth. Sam Barrett ninth after his spin. Monkey Boy in 10th. Knox in 11th. There we go. For the last few cars. That's Ziggs in 12th. Kaz in 13th. Spaceman in 14th. He did have to pit as well, so 14th isn't a bad position there. Keza 15th, also pitted. I think he went for the fastest lap. I'm not sure he got it. Oh, he did get it, yeah, 141.5. So that's an extra point there for our Keza. Axgatti comes home for 16th. Grumpy Catman here in 17th. There he is. And then we got old Rusty Chassis. 18th place. That was a good start to our first F2 race here at JKeSport. What an absolute cracking race. And there is George or Jim with his champagne. We'll go down the standings. We'll get your overall winner of the weekend. The overall winner of the weekend is George or Jim. That's a great weekend for himself. Where did he get? 7th in the feature race and then first place in the... Oh, that's just changed. Annoying. So it's Grumpy Catman by the looks of it then. Yeah, 25 points because he won the first race. George or Jim just outside it with 23 points, getting it to win it. Your third place with 22 points for overall. There we go, Grumpy. There we go. So that was round 1 for our new F2 series at JKeSports. That was a cracking opening race. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening. We will have Tier 2 coming up in just less than an hour.